It is September 20th, 1980, Belmont Park. You are watching the 1980 Woodward Stakes. It is Spectacular Bid versus no one. The son of Bold Bidder and Spectacular had run out of competition. The time of this Woodward is 2 minutes 2 2/5 seconds. The last quarter is run in 24 1/5 seconds. Bid is carrying 126 pounds, including Bill Shoemaker. We must go back to 1953 to find a horse who posted a similar record to that of Spectacular Bid. Tom Fool won all 10 of his starts as a 4-year-old. When Tom Fool ran in the weight for age races in the fall, his 4 final starts, all were run with short fields and as betless exhibitions. But at the beginning of 1980, Spectacular Bid had an old foe back for another try, Flying Paster. The 1979 Kentucky Derby and Preakness had been East meets West affairs, with the Bid representing the East and the Paster representing the West. In the Derby, it was Bid first, the Paster fifth, beaten 10 lengths. In the Preakness, it was Bid first, Paster fourth, beaten 11 lengths. But Flying Paster would try Spectacular Bid in 1980 in the Stroob Series at Santa Anita. The Malibu is 7 furlongs, has been run since 1952. The Malibu Stakes is the first part of the Stroob Series. The San Fernando Stakes has also been run since 1952. It's 1 1/8 miles. It is the second part of the series. The Charles H. Stroob Stakes is 1 1/4 miles and was first run in 1963 when Crimson Satan won the inaugural running. Up until 1980, only Round Table in 1958, Hillsdale in 1959, Ancient Title in 1974 have won the entire series. And now as we watch Bid cross the finish line in the Woodward, his last race, we must get set for the 1980 Spectacular Stroob Series of Spectacular Bid.
On the outside, known presence, Flying Paster now ranges up on the rail, and Rosie Seville between horses. It's Rosie Seville getting the lead. Known presence on the outside. How Rewarding moves through on the rail, third by a half. Flying Paster back to fourth, and Spectacular Bid is fifth. Down the backstretch, Rosie Seville leads by a head, and How Rewarding moves through on the inside. There goes Spectacular Bid between horses, third. Flying Paster on the inside, and Known Presence on the outside, fifth. On to the far turn. It's Rosie Seville in front by a head. How Rewarding on the inside. Flying Paster now third, and Spectacular Bid on the outside, fourth by 2. Then Known Presence. Midway around the turn, Rosie Seville has the lead by a head. There goes Spectacular Bid on the outside, and Flying Paster moves right with him. A quarter of a mile to go. 3 of them battle for the lead. Flying Paster between horses. Spectacular Bid now up to take the lead. Spectacular Bid on the outside. Flying Paster second from between horses. How Rewarding on the rail, and Rosie Seville. They come to the 16th pole. Spectacular Bid going away to lead by 3. Spectacular Bid in front. Relaunch from between horses takes the early lead. Timbo on the outside second, with Flying Paster third. Spectacular Bid along the inside is fourth. Passing the stands for the first time. That's Relaunch on the rail. Timbo on the outside second, and then a gap of 6 lengths back to Flying Paster, and Spectacular Bid on the inside fourth. Quartet rounds the clubhouse turn that way. Relaunch in command by 3 parts of a length. Timbo on the outside second, and then a gap of 10 lengths back to the second flight, with Spectacular Bid third. Flying Paster is fourth. Straightening away down the backstretch. Relaunch in front by a length and a half. Timbo is second, and there goes the Bid, quickly moving up third on the outside, going right to the leader. Then Flying Paster fourth. Down the backstretch, Relaunch has the lead by a head. On the outside, Spectacular Bid now challenging. A gap of 2 to Timbo third, and Flying Paster is fourth as they race to the far turn. Relaunch on the inside, and Spectacular Bid staying with him on the outside. Those two stride for stride. They race as a team around the far turn. Now Spectacular Bid getting to the front by a head. On the inside, Relaunch drops back second, and here comes the Paster. Coming to the quarter pole, it's Spectacular Bid in front by 2. Flying Paster flying on the outside second. They turn for home. 3/16 of a mile to go. It's the Bid and the Paster at it again. It's Spectacular Bid on the inside. Flying Paster to challenge from the outside. They're in the final furlong. It's Spectacular Bid holding on to the lead. Flying Paster is second. The others are far back. And coming to the wire, Spectacular Bid in front. And he wins the San Fernando by a length and a quarter. What a race. And Relaunch from between horses takes the early lead. Valdez in second position. Flying Paster on the outside third. And Spectacular Bid toward the rail fourth. Moving past the stands for the first time, Relaunch sprints away to an early 6-length advantage. With Valdez second, Flying Paster on the outside, and Spectacular Bid. The first quarter in a quick 22 seconds as they round the clubhouse turn. It's Relaunch now in front by 7. Valdez is second on the inside. Spectacular Bid moving up. And Flying Paster is fourth. Quartet moves to the backstretch, and Relaunch enjoys an 8-length advantage. Spectacular Bid on the inside is second, but Valdez is right alongside third. Then a gap of 5 and Flying Paster. The half in 44 3. And down the backstretch, Relaunch has the lead, but Spectacular Bid and Valdez closing the gap. And then 7 lengths farther back, Flying Paster at the half-mile pole. Relaunch in front by half a length. Valdez on the outside and Spectacular Bid. 3 of them across the track as they race to the far turn. Relaunch on the rail. Spectacular Bid between horses. On the outside, Valdez. Then a gap of 5 and Flying Paster. Midway around the turn. On the inside, Relaunch holds on to the lead by a head. Spectacular Bid second, 3 parts of a length. Valdez on the outside third and Flying Paster. They're tightly bunched as they turn for home, but the Bid gets the lead. Spectacular Bid in front by 2. Relaunch on the rail. Here comes the Paster now up into the second spot, and down the stretch they come. It's the Bid in front by 2.5 and the Paster trying to close the gap. They race for the wire. Spectacular Bid in front. Under the wire with Phil Shoemaker in 1:57 4/5.
Here is the summary of this amazing triple for Spectacular Bid. Bid won all 3, Paster second in all 3. In the Malibu, Bid carried 126, Paster 123. Bid won by 5. Time 1 minute 20 seconds flat. New track record 1/5 of a second off the world record. In the San Fernando, Bid and Paster 126 pounds each. Time 1 minute 48 seconds over a good track. The Charles H. Strube Stakes, Bid 126 pounds, Paster 121 pounds. The fractions 22, 44 3, 108 2. The mile, Bid's fraction of 132 4/5, and the final time for the mile and a quarter, 157 4, a new track and world record. Spectacular Strube, Spectacular Bid.
And they're off. Here they come. Stumbling a little bit, Pianist on the inside. Here's Bishop's Choice. It's taking its second from the rail with a lead as they come onto the finish line for the first time. As they head for the first turn, Pianist comes up on the inside. It puts ahead in front. Bishop's Choice just to the outside of him is second. Lot of Gold is third. And Spectacular Bid, the 4th horse wide, is in there a close 4th. They're in the first turn and Pianist leads it by 3 parts of a length. Make it a length. Bishop's Choice is second. We get a gap of a length and a half to Lot of Gold running head and head with Spectacular Bid. They come on around the turn. Pianist is still setting the pace as they went the first quarter in 23 3. Now they straighten away for the run down the back stretch. And here is Pianist leading it, but a Lot of Gold is going up on the inside into second place. And Spectacular Bid into third on the outside as Bishop's Choice is now fourth, but they're tightly bunched. It's a 4-horse race right across the racetrack now. And here is Spectacular Bid as Ron Franklin calls and says, let's go now. That goes for the lead on the outside. Lot of Gold along the rail is still second. Bishop's Choice comes into third as Pianist backs on into fourth. And they're coming to the half-mile pole, heading for the far turn as Spectacular Bid draws out to lead it by 2.5 lengths. Lot of Gold is second there, just a neck in front of Bishop's Choice third. It's 2.5 lengths to the trailer Pianist. Spectacular Bid is not increasing that lead as Lot of Gold now comes into second place, just 2 lengths back of the leader. Spectacular Bid by 2 lengths. Lot of Gold is still second, and it is Bishop's Choice now fading back there to third. It is Spectacular Bid that leads as they come around the turn, and we've got a quarter of a mile left of the Bluegrass Stakes. It is Spectacular Bid that's on the rail with the lead. Lot of Gold is still there in second place, and it is Bishop's Choice fading it even more distant third, and Pianist is out of it. Spectacular Bid is out there by 3, now make it 4 lengths. It is Spectacular Bid. Franklin whacks him with a whip, and he draws out to lead it by 4. Lot of Gold is going to be second, and that's the way this race is going to end. It is Spectacular Bid coming to the line with his ears pricking, and as he hits the wire, he is 5 lengths the winner over Lot of Gold second.
73, the Whitney at Saratoga. Fans packed the upstate park to see the great Secretariat coming off his Triple Crown win in what amounts to an exhibition. He's 1-10. A sure thing.
And they're off. And that's Ruled by Reason. Between horses on the outside, there goes Onion, and West Coast Scout is now third. That's Secretariat fourth, and True Night is fifth as they round the clubhouse turn. Onion takes command now, moving quickly to a 2.5 length lead, with West Coast Scout second by ahead, Ruled by Reason alongside third. A gap of 2 lengths, Secretariat is fourth. 3 lengths farther back, True Night, as the field moves on to the backstretch. Onion has the lead by 1 3/4. West Coast Scout is second on the inside by 3/4 of a length. Ruled by Reason next, and there goes Secretariat, moving through along the inside now to be fourth. A gap of 6 lengths and True Night. Down the backstretch, it's Onion showing the way by 1.5 lengths. And on the outside, West Coast Scout second ahead. There's Secretariat, a closer third on the inside, moving to the leader. 2.5 lengths farther back, Ruled by Reason, 8 lengths, and it's True Night fifth. They go past the half-mile pole into the far turn. Onion in front by 1 length. That's Secretariat. On the inside, taking over second position, moving to the leader. West Coast Scout is now third, with Ruled by Reason fourth. Far back, it's True Night. On the far turn, Onion in front by ahead. Secretariat on the rail, now up to challenge for the lead. Coming to the top of the stretch, it's Onion on the outside, and Secretariat on the rail up to challenge. They turn for home. There's 3/16 of a mile to the finish. It's Onion on the outside. Secretariat on the rail, stride for stride, head and head, and down the stretch they come. Onion on the outside, Secretariat on the rail. 1/8 of a mile to the finish. The leaders head and head, stride for stride. Secretariat and Onion. Onion has the lead by ahead. Secretariat on the inside, past the 16th pole. It's Onion in front by ahead. On the inside, Secretariat.
July 4th, 1977, the Suburban, the mighty Forgo. He had carried 136 pounds in the Nassau County. Now he was running in the Suburban with 138. The odds, 3-10. An absolute sure thing.
And they're off. Quiet Little Table goes for the lead. Turn and Count on the outside. El Petirian nearly on time. Move up on the inside. They're moving down the chute. Nearly on time now, takes the lead a half. Quiet Little Table is second by 1.5 lengths. Forgo has third on the sly, fourth on the outside. Then it's El Petiri and Turn and Count. They move on to the main track with nearly on time now, establishing a 3.5 length lead. Quiet Little Table is second a half. Forgo moves up third on the outside by 2. Then it's on the sly and fourth by 2. Turn and Count is fifth, and El Petiri has sixth. Down the backstretch, nearly on time, 6 lengths now. Quiet Little Table is second by a half. Forgo is third on the outside, 1. On the sly is fourth by 2 lengths. Turn and Count is fifth by 1.5 lengths, and El Petiri has sixth. They're moving to the turn. The leader is nearly on time, holding the lead by 7. Quiet Little Table is second by 1.5 lengths. Forgo still in third on the sly, a bit closer in fourth. Turn and Count is 2.5 back in fifth, and the trailer is El Petiri. Coming for the head of the stretch, it's still nearly on time, leading by 4.5. Quiet Little Table is second by 2.5. On the sly is third ahead, and Forgo fourth, now beginning to move, however. Turn and Count has moved closer in fifth. The head of the stretch nearly on time now, 3. Quiet Little Table, and along the rail it's on the sly, and he's coming up. They near the finish nearly on time, holding on by 1. Quiet Little Table. Here's Forgo. He starts his move on the outside, and he has a way to go. Coming to the wire, it's Forgo on the extreme outside. Quiet Little Table is along the inside. Forgo on the extreme outside with Quiet Little Table on the inside.
The 1979 Belmont Stakes. Spectacular Bid came to New York seeking the third jewel in the Triple Crown. It was not to be a race, it was to be a coronation. At 3 to 10, Spectacular Bid, a sure thing.
And they're off. King Celebrity on the outside is Gallant Best. Gallant Best takes the lead now by a neck. On the inside again is Spectacular Bid. Then Golden Act. Farther out is Coastal and a Mystic Era. Past the stands for the first time now, it's Gallant Best leading the way by 2. Spectacular Bid is second by a length. On the outside is Coastal in third. Golden Act racing fourth. General Assembly in fifth by 2. Along the inside is King Celebrity, followed by Screen King and Mystic Era around the far turn. Gallant Best has the lead by 4. It's Spectacular Bid in second by a length. Then General Assembly is third by a half length. On the outside, Coastal in fourth by a length and a half. Golden Act in fifth by 4. Then King Celebrity is sixth by 2. Screen King in seventh, and Mystic Era is eighth. The first quarter in 23 and 2. They are really blazing away onto the backstretch now, and Gallant Best has the lead, but by only a neck. Moving up on the outside now is Spectacular Bid, and Spectacular Bid on the outside puts ahead in front. Gallant Best on the rail back into second now by 3. Spectacular Bid draws clear now by a full length. Gallant Best on the rail in second by 4. General Assembly is third by 3. Then Coastal in fourth by a length and a half. Golden Act on the outside in fifth by 4. King Celebrity in fifth. On the outside is Screen King, followed by Mystic Era. Down the backstretch, the half in 47 and 3, 3/4 in 1:11 and 1. They continue to set a torrid pace. It is Spectacular Bid in front by 3. Gallant Best on the outside, but there goes General Assembly on the inside. General Assembly is now second by a half length. Gallant Best dropping back in second by a length and a half. Coastal moving up now in third. Golden Act also gaining ground around the far turn. Spectacular Bid has the lead by 2. General Assembly is second by a length. Gallant Best still in third by a neck. Golden Act on the outside in fourth. Coastal on the rail. There goes Screen King also moving up around the far turn. It is Spectacular Bid in command by 3. General Assembly is second by a length. Golden Act on the outside moving up in third. Coastal gains ground on the rail at the top of the stretch. It is Spectacular Bid. He has the lead by 3. Coastal on the inside is moving up toward leader now and down the stretch. Spectacular Bid on the outside. It is Coastal on the inside. Those two now vying for the lead, and Coastal puts ahead in front. Spectacular Bid back into second. Golden Act is third, approaching the 16th pole. It is an upset now. Coastal has the lead by 3. Spectacular Bid on the inside, Coastal on the outside. It is Coastal in front.
Onion in the Whitney, Quiet Little Table in the Suburban, Coastal in the Belmont Stakes, all prove there's no such thing as a sure thing.
Single season record. He is the champion jockey of 1982. Certainly one of Angel's greatest achievements was on September 16, 1978 at Belmont Park in the first meeting of 2 American Triple Crown winners. It is Steve Cawthon and Affirmed versus the great master of pace, Angel Cordero Jr. and Seattle Slew.
Then it's Cox's Ridge and finally Upper Nile along the inside. An even 24 seconds for the first quarter, relatively slow. It's Slew in front by 2.5. Affirmed in good position second by 1 length. Nasty and Bold third, ahead with Upper Nile closer in fourth. Darby Creek Road on the outside is fifth, and Cox's Ridge is the trailer. Only 7 lengths separates the first horse and the last into the turn. 47 seconds, a half mile with Slew still in front.
He leads it 2.5, maintaining the same margin. Affirmed is second by 3/4 with Nasty and Bold third by 2.5. Cox's Ridge on the outside moves up a bit. Darby Creek Road, they're all driving, but they've got Seattle Slew to catch as they come to the head of the stretch. 3/4 in 10-1, and it's Seattle Slew holding the lead in the center of the racetrack. He's made it 3.5 lengths. Affirmed is taking up the chase on the inside, but it's still Seattle Slew who's holding on. Nearing the finish, Seattle Slew has it by 4. Affirmed, fire back, Nasty and Bold.
Seattle Slew is back on September 30th, 1978 in the Woodward Stakes, the second leg of the important NYRA Fall Championship Series. After beating the mighty Affirmed in the Marlboro Cup, Slew posts a new track record against the international star Exceller.
Moving to the backstretch, Seattle Slew has just 1 length. It's Freezing is second by a head. Exceller is very close in third. On the outside and challenging second. They went the first quarter in 24-4, but there's a battle up front. Seattle Slew has it by 3/4 of a length. Exceller into second by 1.5 lengths. It's Freezing is third by 4. Wise Phillip, then finally Great Contractor. As they continue down the backstretch, the pace picked up. They went 1/2 in 47-3. And that's why Seattle Slew now increases the lead to 1.5 lengths. But Exceller is stalking the pace with Shoemaker just behind him. Then another 1.5 lengths to It's Freezing in third. 3 lengths further back, Wise Phillip, and the final horse is still Great Contractor. They're moving on the turn. Have that 3/4 now in 10-4 as the pace continues to pick up. Seattle Slew by 2.5. Exceller second by 1.5 lengths. It's Freezing in third by 2.5. Wise Phillip and finally Great Contractor, but they've still got Seattle Slew to catch as they come to the head of the stretch. The head of the stretch, it's the Slew by 2. Then Exceller in second by 3.5. It's Freezing, Wise Phillip, and Great Contractor. In the stretch, Seattle Slew trying to hold on to a 3-length lead. Exceller drives to the inside, holding second by 6. Great Contractor is picking up some ground, but they've still got the Slew in front. He has 3 as they come to the wire.
Seattle Slew began his stud career in '99. In his very first crop was Landalusia, a filly with her sire's brilliance. Although the great filly died of a bacterial infection in November of 1982, she put her name permanently in the books of racing history. She was undefeated in her 5-race career and was voted champion 2-year-old filly for 1982. The ABC TV cameras caught Landalusia in her glorious days at the racetrack.
When a beautiful woman walks into the room and all the men nudge each other, you don't have to tell them all that she's pretty, and that's the same way that Landalusia is. When she walks out on the racetrack, horsemen stop and look. Ever so often, racing gets a superstar. Ruffian was one, Genuine Risk was certainly one. And I think Landalusia is in that class. In my opinion, I think she can do what they did and maybe more. Now we feel very good about her mind. She's businesslike on the racetrack, and yet when you ask her for something, she is there and she responds like a good sports car. All you got to do is step on the accelerator and zoom, it's there.
He is a 1-5 favorite. Issues and Answers a second choice. The flag is up. And there they go. Granja Reina is going to the front on the inside. Issues and Answers is second. Landalusia is third. Nordic Princess fourth on the extreme outside. Then Jamie's Delight and Shirley Brown trails around the clubhouse turn. It's Issues and Answers in front by a length. Landalusia is second on the outside by a head. Granja Reina third by 3/4 of a length. Nordic Princess fourth by 3 lengths. Then Jamie's Delight and Shirley Brown Into the backstretch, it's Issues and Answers in front by a length and a half. Landaluce is second by 1 length. Nordic Princess third by 3/4 of a length. Grand Harena fourth by 4 lengths. Then Jamie's Delight and Shirley Brown trails at the half-mile pole. That's Issues and Answers in front by a half length. Landaluce is second on the outside by a half length. Grand Harena third by a head. Nordic Princess fourth by 4 lengths. Then Shirley Brown and Jamie's Delight. Around the far turn, it's Issues and Answers in front by a half length. Landaluce is second by a length and a half. Grand Harena third. Nordic Princess, Sherry's Delight, and Jamie's Delight. Turning into the stretch, it's Landaluce taking the lead on the outside, drawing out by a length. Issues and Answers is second by 5 lengths. Grand Harena third, and Shirley Brown. Landaluce in front, drawing out by 5 lengths. Issues and Answers, Grand Harena, and Shirley Brown. Landaluce just galloping, and Landaluce is the winner by 7.5 lengths. Issues and Answers second, with Grand Harena finishing third.
It is Seattle Slew affirmed and Exceller in one of the greatest events in sporting history. Sit forward and hang on to your seats and let the late Chick Anderson describe this barn burner.
And they're off for the lead. Seattle Slew along the inside, then affirmed on the outside. It's Life's Hope. Those three go out on the pace together. Then it's a gap of 6 lengths back, 1 cut above, followed by Exceller, and finally Great Contractor. They move into the term, a 3-horse team. Seattle Slew along the rail, affirmed on the outside second, and Life's Hope on the extreme outside is third as they move right together on the turn. Then it's a gap of 14 lengths back to 1 cut above, another 6 lengths to Exceller, and the trailer is Great Contractor. They whip through that first quarter in 22-3. They move still as a team to the backstretch. Seattle Slew along the rail, affirmed on the outside, and Life's Hope further out in third. Those three are really blazing down the backstretch. Then it's a gap of 20 lengths to 1 cut above. Exceller now moves up to take over that spot. Then the trailer is still Great Contractor. They went a half in 45-1. The pace is very fast. Down the backstretch, it's Seattle Slew now 1 length. Affirmed is second by 2, and Life's Hope has now dropped back into third. Then there's a gap of 12 lengths to Exceller, followed by 1 cut above, and finally Great Contractor. 3/4 of a mile went in a very unbelievable 109-2. On the turn, still Slew, and he's got it 2.5. Affirmed is picking up a bit of ground on the turn. Then it's a gap of 5, and here comes Exceller. He's got it in gear, and he's flying now at the leaders. Further back, 1 cut above. They come for the head of the stretch. Slew still 2.5. Here comes Exceller to the inside. Shoemaker makes his move at Seattle Slew. It is Seattle Slew, Exceller along the inside. Those two heads apart, but it's Exceller who has a head in front at the head of a stretch. They went 1.25 miles in 2:01-4, and they're battling it out. Still Slew hanging in there. Exceller has the inside. It's Exceller along the inside. Seattle Slew on the outside. This is a real battle onto the wire, but Exceller gets a narrow lead as they pass the 16th pole. Seattle Slew coming back again.
With a fantastic victory of Exceller in the 1978 Jockey Club Gold Cup, Exceller was moving toward making his sire the only horse to ever sire 2 earners of over $1.5 million. Vaguely Noble's other tremendous earner was another international star, Dahlia. Here she is against the Colts in the important Man o' War Stakes in 1974.
Along the inside, Captain CJ is now third. Red Top between horses fourth. A gap of 3 lengths. And on the inside, that's Everton. As the field moves around the clubhouse turn, John Drew has the lead by 1.5 lengths. Anono on the outside, 2.5. Along the rail, that's Captain CJ third by 3/4 of a length. Red Top is fourth by 1. Key to the Kingdom is fifth by 3. Everton races 6th. Dahlia on the outside is now 7th. Gap of 1.5 lengths. Crafty Kale is 8th ahead. London Company is 9th. Our Tom Can between horses 10th. Golden Dawn on the outside is 11th. Astray Race is 12th, and Magazine is 13th. Down the backstretch, John Drew has the lead by a head. A no-no challenges. Red Top on the outside, a closer third. Captain CJ is 4th by 3. Then Key to the Kingdom is next. Dahlia on the outside is 6th at this point, followed by London Company 7th. Golden Dawn between horses now 8th, and Astray on the outside 9th as they continue down the backstretch. John Drew leads by half length. A no-no on the outside is 2nd by 2. Our Tom Can, Red Top is next on the inside. Captain CJ around the far turn they go. John Drew continues to show the way by a head. A no-no on the outside challenges, with Red Top racing 3rd. On the outside, there goes London Company moving with a rush, followed by Astray also gaining ground. Dahlia between horses and Captain CJ as they turn for home. That's London Company on the outside. Along the inside, John Drew. And between them, here comes Dahlia with a rush. Dahlia gets the lead now, quickly by a length. On the outside, London Company is 2nd. Far outside, Golden Dawn gaining ground 3rd. Through the stretch, Dahlia in front by 2.5. With London Company, and on the outside, Golden Dawn, it's Dahlia in front.
Vaguely Noble became the sire of an
Fox, War Admiral, Whirlaway, Citation, and Affirmed won the Jockey Club Gold Cup. The mile-and-a-half Jockey Club Gold Cup is truly one of America's premier races. Playfellow was the favorite, John Henry the second choice, and Slew of Gold the third choice.
And they're off. Desert Wine on the outside going for the lead with Bounding Bosque. Along the inside, Slew of Gold and Sir Mala Mala. The Rabbit, Sir Mala Mala, has gained the lead on the inside of Desert Wine, on the outside in 2nd. Then Bounding Bosque is 3rd, Playfellow is in 4th, and Slew of Gold is in 5th. Sing Sing on the rail is in 6th. They head into the clubhouse turn. Sir Mala Mala has the lead by a half. Desert Wine on the outside in 2nd by a length and a half. Bounding Bosque is 3rd by a length. Playfellow on the outside in 4th. Slew of Gold on the rail is 5th by a length. John Henry on the outside is in 6th. Then it's Reinvested and Sing Sing about 10 back to Highland Blade. Highland Blade is extremely far back, about 3 to Aaron's Isle, and Silver Supreme is 11th. The first quarter 23 and 3, the half in 48 flat. They're on to the backstretch. Sir Mala Mala nearest the rail has a head in front. Desert Wine is right alongside, 2nd by a length. Slew of Gold, Playfellow heads apart. Playfellow is now moving on the outside into 3rd alongside Desert Wine and Sir Mala Mala. Playfellow now takes the lead from Desert Wine. Sir Mala Mala is dropping back as Slew of Gold gains on the rail. Bounding Bosque is still right there. They continue down the backstretch, and they are very bunching on the front end. 3/4, 12 and 3. Bounding Bosque has the lead now by a head. Slew of Gold in 2nd. Playfellow is back into 3rd. Sing Sing is in 4th. John Henry is in 5th. And Desert Wine has dropped way back, now out of contention. Then it's Reinvested and Highland Blade. Highland Blade is in gear and is moving up gradually on the outside. They round the far turn, the mile in 36 and 3. The pace is fast. Bounding Bosque leads the way by a length. Slew of Gold 2nd by 2.5. Playfellow is 3rd by a length. Now John Henry has moved up on the inside, is nearest the rail, is in striking position. They're at the top of the stretch. There goes Slew of Gold on the inside. Slew of Gold has the length lead. Bounding Bosque 2nd, and on the outside is Playfellow in 3rd. Highland Blade making up lots of ground with John Henry, but John Henry is still far back. Slew of Gold has the lead by 2. Bounding Bosque 2nd by a length. Highland Blade on the outside moving into 3rd. Highland Blade will overtake Bounding Bosque as Slew of Gold leads to the wire.
Slew of Gold accomplishes what Seattle Slew could not do. The giant son of Slew wins the Gold Cup in the fast time of 2 minutes 26 1/5 seconds. Slew of Gold seems to be the best 3-year-old in America, as this victory proves. He must also be seriously considered for Horse of the Year. Slew of Gold has now won over $900,000.
77's Horse of the Year made the Wood Memorial the stepping stone to the Kentucky Derby for the 3rd consecutive year. Seattle Slew and jockey Jean Cruguet sailed through the stretch virtually alone as Slew wrapped up his 6th triumph in an equal number of starts. 3 as a 2-year-old, 3 as a 3-year-old, and he was off to Churchill Downs as the odds-on favorite. But the start of the Kentucky Derby dismayed the Seattle Slew backers. Slew veers to the right, Cruguet's weight shifts left, and he does a masterful job merely staying aboard. Imprisoned behind a wall of horses, Seattle Slew reveals there's more than a touch of street fighter in his nature. The first quarter of a mile documents what Slew is all about as he bulls his way out of jeopardy. Shut off, Seattle Slew fights his way through, displaying a fierce competitive spirit as he outruns Bob's Dusty and then, for the moment, to the first turn. In the stretch, Seattle Slew has reserve power to pull away from the rest of the 15-horse field. Jean Cruguet whips right-handed, and Slew widens his lead as for the moment fades. Run Dusty Run is all out to maintain second as Sanhedrin rallies from far back to move into the show position. But the 1977 Kentucky Derby belongs to Seattle Slew. At Pimlico, Slew and Cormorant stage a determined duel in the early going of the Preakness, but Jean Cruguet and his undefeated colt make a big move on the final turn. The Kentucky Derby winner moves into the lead by a length and a quarter. Entering the stretch, Seattle Slew is in command. Iron Constitution surges up to second, but can't catch the 1-2 favorite. Seattle Slew wins the 102nd running of the Preakness and now needs only the Belmont Stakes to complete the treasured Triple Crown. Belmont Park's Barn 54 became the place to be as Seattle Slew fever infected the sports world. Slew's every move was newsworthy, and even the frequent bad weather of an inordinately wet spring could not deter the media. It was just such a rainy morning when trainer Billy Turner and exercise writer Mike Kennedy brought their champion to Belmont Park's main track for a final workout 1 day prior to the Belmont Stakes. The fog-shrouded early morning provides a moody atmosphere as Seattle Slew breaks off into an easy blowout. Mike Kennedy merely sits and allows Slew to work himself. Workout completed, Seattle Slew is now 32 hours and a mile and a half away from the Triple Crown. A respite from the constant rain allows trainer Billy Turner's crew to tend to Slew's $1 million legs outside. A patient and friendly horse, Seattle Slew toys with his groom while his bold, inquisitive eye carefully notes the camera to his right. Belmont Park's beautiful paddock begins to fill early on Saturday, June 11th. The near-record crowd of more than 70,000 knows the 8th race will not start until after 5:30. But the paddock is jammed. Everyone wants a close-up look at the star. Slew's owners, Karen and Mickey Taylor, and Sally and Jim Hill, wait anxiously as Seattle Slew is a late arrival, delayed by traffic en route from Barn 54. Seattle Slew dances his way out to the track, displaying signs of tension. Small wonder, being surrounded by a sea of faces that is Belmont Park on this historic afternoon. The rain is ended, but even this typical glorious Belmont day can't perform miracles. The track is labeled muddy. Dry or wet, it's all the same to Seattle Slew.
And they're off. For the lead on the inside now, Seattle Slew goes for the lead. He has the lead as they move through the stretch. Up on the outside, it's Sanhedrin along the inside. Run, Dusty, Run on the extreme outside. Spirit Level is moving up. They move for the first turn with Spirit Level on the extreme outside, and Seattle Slew along the rail. Then it's Run, Dusty, Run alongside Sanhedrin, followed by Mr. Red Wing, then Make Amends, Sir, and Iron Constitution. They're moving on the turn. Seattle Slew by a half length. Spirit Level is second by 2. Run, Dusty, Run is third by a half. Sanhedrin is fourth by 2.5. Then Mr. Red Wing is fifth by 3 lengths. Make Amends is alongside Sir, and the final horse is Iron Constitution. They've gone the first quarter of a mile, 24 3.5 and 48 2 with Seattle Slew now to receive a challenge on the outside. It's Seattle Slew on the inside. Run, Dusty, Run, and Spirit Level have both moved up alongside. It's Seattle Slew holding on, however, and now he pulls away to a length again. Spirit Level is second ahead, and Run, Dusty, Run is third. A gap of 4 back, and it's Sanhedrin in fourth. Mr. Red Wing is fifth. Then it's Iron Constitution moving to sixth. Sir, and Make Amends, 3/4 of a mile in 1:14. They're moving on the turn. Still Seattle Slew, and he has it by 2. Run, Dusty, Run, and Spirit Level are battling together, second and third. Beginning to close a bit, Sanhedrin is fourth and closer. Mr. Red Wing is fifth. Iron Constitution in a furious drive is driving along the rail. They're coming on the turn with Seattle Slew still the leader. Seattle Slew, 1 mile and 1:38 and 4/5 now leads by a half. Still on the outside now, Sanhedrin has taken over. Then it's Run, Dusty, Run, swinging to the extreme outside, Iron Constitution. In the stretch, here he comes, and he's opening it up again. It's Seattle Slew, and he's drawing clear of the field. Seattle Slew has 4 lengths on Run, Dusty, Run. It's Run, Dusty, Run in second, and Sanhedrin third. They're nearing the finish line. It's still Seattle Slew, and he's opened it out to 4.5. Then Run, Dusty, Run, and Sanhedrin.
Seattle Slew wins the Belmont Stakes by 4 lengths and becomes the 10th horse in thoroughbred history to capture the Triple Crown, and is the first horse ever to carry an undefeated record through the Triple Crown. The Belmont Park fans hail Seattle Slew and jockey Jean Cruguet with thunderous cheers. The 109th running of the Belmont Stakes lived up to its advanced billing and culminates the dream that captivates all of racing. Departing after a day's work well done, Seattle Slew receives yet another ovation. While in the winner's circle, New York Governor Hugh Carey presents the Belmont Trophy to the Taylors and the Hills. Watching Seattle Slew once more on the turn for home and through the stretch run. It's a Triple Crown achievement secured with a minimum of doubt. From the time the first quarter of a mile of the Kentucky Derby was over, Seattle Slew was virtually unperturbed by challenge. Jean Cruguet looks back for the competition, but Seattle Slew has demolished the field. It's a complete victory, an historic Belmont Stakes, and an event that will long be remembered as Jean Cruguet celebrates Seattle Slew's treasured moment by stamping his audacious trademark on the 1977 racing season.
is now in the gate. We're ready. They're all in line. They're over. Fit to fight on the outside, goes for the lead. Farther out, Slew of Gold in second. Shifty Chic is right there in third. Then Bounding Boss, Bet Big and Canadian Factor. They leave the chute. Fit to fight has the lead by a neck. Slew of Gold on the outside in second by a length, and a Shifty Chic is third by about 2. Bounding Boss in fourth by 3, then Bet Big and Canadian Factor. The first quarter, very fast, 22-3. Fit to fight continues to lead by about a neck. Slew of Gold on the outside in second by a length. Shifty Chic is right there in third. They have about 5 on Bounding Boss. Bet Big and Canadian Factor remains a very distant 6th. They continue down the backstretch. Now, Shifty Chic has challenged from the rail. Shifty Chic now puts ahead in front. Fit to fight between horses second by a neck. On the outside, Slew of Gold is third. Shifty Chic has attained a half-length lead. Fit to fight is second by a neck. On the outside, Slew of Gold in third by 4. Then Bounding Boss and Bet Big. The half in 45-1. It's still a very fast pace. Shifty Chic has the lead now by a length and a half. Now Slew of Gold on the outside has overtaken Fit to Fight. Fit to Fight has dropped back into third and continues to drop back. Gaining ground on the rail, Bounding Boss. Alongside Bounding Boss, Bet Big there at the top of the stretch. Shifty Chic, former claimer, has the lead by 2. Slew of Gold on the outside, second by about 2. Bet Big is in third by 2. Then Bounding Boss and Fit to Fight. Fit to Fight will not win this race. They pass the 8th pole. Now Slew of Gold gains on the outside of Shifty Chic, and they are heads apart. Bet Big on the rail in third. They're at the 16th pole. Slew of Gold on the outside, puts ahead in front. Shifty Chic is second. Bet Big is third. It's Slew of Gold in front. On Hillcourt, Darrell Jr. on Slew of Gold, the winner by about a neck. An outstanding performance in this, the Woodward Stakes. Shifty Chic was second. Then Bet Big finished third. Fit to Fight finished fourth. Make that last 6th in this race, the Woodward Stakes.
But it was an incredible and obvious move. Donald Macbeth said very likely Barrera told him to go get it. He went to the lead, did Jean-Luc Samine. He had his horse in a hard drive, and Don, there was no doubt that Cordero wasn't overconfident. He had a horse to catch.
Absolutely. Oscar's horse, Shifty Chic, was in a beautiful position. He was the horse to catch, and I think Slew of Gold ran a good race to come and get him.
It was a very game effort by Slew of Gold to overtake him, and the Oscar Barrera trained horse did not surrender willingly.
As Slew of Gold hits the finish line first, just beating Shifty Chic, and now let's go out to Charles.
Here, Angel, a brilliant ride, a very confident ride, and a brilliant race.
He run good. I think he could do a little better, Chelsea. I don't want to put excuse on him, but he'll get better. They don't beat him today. They ain't going to beat him. He'll get much better.
You're as good as your word. You said he wouldn't be defeated this year. That's one more down.
Well, I'm happy. I win the Woodward 4 times the last 4 years on a row.
Well, you're now tied with Bill Shoemaker as with 5, the most any rider has ever won the Woodward.
Well, I've been lucky and to find out a horse like this horse, to be around the people trains them and honor the beautiful people. We all work together as a team, and we're so happy. This horse came a long way.
He may not have run his best race, Angel, but he wouldn't blow out a match right now. Congratulations to you both. Back to you, Brent.
All right.
And they're off. For the lead on the inside now, Seattle Slew goes for the lead. He has the lead as they move through the stretch. Up on the outside, it's Sanhedrin along the inside. Run, Dusty, Run on the extreme outside. Spirit Level is moving up. They move for the first turn with Spirit Level on the extreme outside, and Seattle Slew along the rail. Then it's Run, Dusty, Run alongside Sanhedrin, followed by Mr. Red Wing, then Make Amends, Sir, and Iron Constitution. They're moving on the turn. Seattle Slew by a half length. Spirit Level is second by 2. Run, Dusty, Run is third by a half. Sanhedrin is fourth by 2.5. Then Mr. Red Wing is fifth by 3 lengths. Make Amends is alongside Sir, and the final horse is Iron Constitution. They've gone the first quarter of a mile, 24 and 3.5 and 48 and 2 with Seattle Slew now to receive a challenge on the outside. It's Seattle Slew on the inside. Run, Dusty, Run, and Spirit Level have both moved up alongside. It's Seattle Slew holding on, however, and now he pulls away to a length
length again. Spirit Level is second ahead, and Run Dusty Run is third. A gap of 4 back, and it's Sanhedrin in fourth. Mr. Red Wing is fifth. Then it's Iron Constitution moving to sixth. Sir, and make amends. 3/4 of a mile in 1:14. They're moving on the turn. Still Seattle Slew, and he has it by 2. Run Dusty Run and Spirit Level are battling together, second and third. Beginning to close a bit, Sanhedrin is fourth and closer. Mr. Red Wing is fifth. Iron Constitution in a furious drive is driving along the rail. They're coming on the turn with Seattle Slew still the leader. Seattle Slew, 1 mile and 1:38 and 4/5 now leads by a half. Still on the outside now, Sanhedrin has taken over. Then it's Run Dusty Run, swinging to the extreme outside, Iron Constitution. In the stretch, here he comes, and he's opening it up again. It's Seattle Slew, and he's drawing clear of the field. Seattle Slew has 4 lengths on Run Dusty Run. It's Run Dusty Run in second and Sanhedrin third. They're nearing the finish line. It's still Seattle Slew, and he's opened it out to 4.5. Then Run Dusty Run and Sanhedrin.
Seattle Slew wins the Belmont Stakes by 4 lengths and becomes the 10th horse in thoroughbred history to capture the Triple Crown, and is the first horse ever to carry an undefeated record through the Triple Crown. The Belmont Park fans hail Seattle Slew and jockey Jean Cruguet with thunderous cheers. Watching Seattle Slew once more on the turn for home and through the stretch run. It's a Triple Crown achievement secured with a minimum of doubt. From the time the first 1/4 of a mile of the Kentucky Derby was over, Seattle Slew was virtually unperturbed by Challenger. Jean Cruguet looks back for the competition, but Seattle Slew has demolished the field. It's a complete victory, an historic Belmont Stakes, and an event that will long be remembered as Jean Cruguet celebrates Seattle Slew's treasured moment by stamping his audacious trademark on the 1977 racing season.
The Marlboro Cup was designed right from its inception to bring together the best horses in America. Throughout its first 10 runnings, it has delivered to the thoroughbred racing community many great and historical moments. As you now watch the history of the Marlboro Cup, listen carefully to the calls of each race. You'll hear the names of the greatest horses of the last decade in the Marlboro's star-studded fields.
And they're off. On the outside, that's Kennedy Road going for the early lead. Annihilate him is second, with Riva Ridge out in the middle of the track, moving up now to challenge. That's Riva Ridge on the outside. And along the inside, there goes Onion now moving to contention. Onion on the rail, Riva Ridge on the outside, those two heads apart. Kennedy Road is now third by 1.5 lengths. Annihilate him is fourth, 1.25 lengths. Secretariat now fifth on the outside. Gamble 5 lengths. Key to the Mint is next. 6 lengths farther back, it's Cougar. They continue down the back stretch. Onion in front by 1 length. With Riva Ridge on the outside, second, 3/4 of a length. Annihilate him on the rail is third. Kennedy Road fourth. Secretariat on the outside fifth. Those 5 are tightly bunched as they move past the 5/8 pole. It's 6 lengths farther back to Key to the Mint, and another 6 to Cougar. Around the far turn now, there goes Riva Ridge up on the outside to challenge Onion. Riva Ridge gets the lead by a head. Onion on the rail drops back second. Here comes Secretariat joining the leaders. Riva Ridge has the lead by a head. Onion on the rail is second. Secretariat on the outside charges up third. Annihilate him is fourth along the rail. Kennedy Road is fifth. As the field comes to the top of the stretch, the entry now running 1-2 from the Meadow Stable. It's Riva Ridge on the rail in front by a head. Secretariat on the outside challenging. There's a 1/4 of a mile to the finish. Secretariat on the outside. And Riva Ridge on the rail, 3/16 of a mile to the finish. On the outside, Turcotte takes Secretariat up now, taking the lead by a length. Riva Ridge is second. The rest of them fire back as they come into the final 16th of a mile. On the outside, it's Secretariat. Secretariat in front by 2. Riva Ridge second and Cougar. Secretariat in front. And they're off. On the extreme outside, Holding Pattern goes for the lead. as Prove Out rushes up from between horses. Infuriator along the inside now taking command. Infuriator in front by 2 lengths, Prove Out second. Along the inside now Try Jet moves up. On the outside, there goes Plunk. As they move down the backstretch now on the outside. That's Plunk getting to the front by a head. Infuriator on the inside challenges. Holding Pattern third by half a length. Tri-Jet is fourth ahead. Prove Out on the outside is fifth by 5 lengths. Arby's Boy sixth a half. Prince Dan 10 seventh. Forego is eighth. True Night is ninth. Big Spruce races 10th on the inside. As they move down the backstretch, the leaders heads apart. Plunk up on the outside, in front now by a head. Along the inside, Infuriator is right there second. Those 2 races a team. Then a gap of 2 lengths back to Holding Pattern third by half a length. On the inside, Try Jet now closer fourth. Prove Out moves up fifth again, and Arby's Boy begins to close. Forego is next. Prince Dan 10. Big Spruce gains ground on the inside. True Night is 10th. As the field bunches up and comes to the top of the stretch, Arby's Boy rushes to contention on the outside. Prove Out now joins him. Those 2 across the track as they turn for home. Arby's Boy in front ahead on the inside. Here comes Big Spruce with a rush. Out in the middle of the racetrack, Forego is next, past the 8th pole. Now it's Big Spruce getting to the front. Middle of the racetrack, Forego and Arby's Boy. Big Spruce has the lead, draws away by 2. Arby's Boy second and Forego. Big Spruce in front. On the extreme outside, Royal Glint going for the early lead. Stepped nicely, moves up between horses. Toward the inside, Ancient Title is third. Down the backstretch now, Royal Glint on the outside gets to the front 3 parts of a length. Stepped nicely is second by 1. Avatar on the outside is third by half a length. Then Ancient Title is fourth. Foolish Pleasure races in 5th position. Wajima is 6th and Forego is 7th. Down the backstretch, Royal Glint in front by a length and 3/4 as Ancient Title moves through on the inside to be second by a head. Stepped nicely is now between horses third 3 parts of a length. Avatar on the outside is fourth by a length and 1/4. Wajima is 5th on the inside. Foolish Pleasure and Forego. They continue down the backstretch that way. Royal Glint holding on to the lead by a length. On the inside, Ancient Title is second 3 parts of a length, and Stepped Nicely is now third by a length and a half. Foolish Pleasure is fourth on the outside. Avatar along the rail moves up a bit. Then it's Wajima and Forego as they move past the half-mile pole. There goes Ancient Title with a rush on the outside to challenge. Royal Glint toward the rail there, stride for stride. Gap of 3 lengths and Stepped Nicely is racing third. Forego moves through now to be fourth. As the field comes to the top of the stretch, Ancient Title on the outside takes the lead by a head. Royal Glint is second. Wajima from between horses moves up third. Stepped Nicely on the outside fourth. And on the inside, Forego. Middle of the racetrack, Foolish Pleasure, Avatar seventh. They're in the stretch. On the outside, Wajima gets to the front ahead. Forego along the rail to challenge. Past the 8th pole and into the final furlong. Forego on the inside. Wajima on the outside. They're stride for stride. Wajima has the lead. Forego on the inside is second. It's Wajima and Forego as they race to the wire. They're off. From between horses, Romeo going for the early lead. On the far outside, that's Forego. And toward the rail, Right Mind with Honest Pleasure. That's Honest Pleasure now getting to the front by a length and a quarter. Romeo is racing in second position. On the extreme outside, Dance Spell is third at this point. Forego races fourth. Far outside, Enchumao is fifth. Life's Hope on the inside, sixth by half a length. Sharp Gary is in seventh position. That's Father Hogan along the inside, racing eighth. Right Mind back to ninth. Appassionato is 10th. American History is 11th. Down the back stretch, it's Honest Pleasure showing the way by a length and a half. Romeo on the outside is second, and Life's Hope moves through along the rail now, a closer third. Dance Spell is fourth on the outside. Father Hogan fifth along the rail. Gap of a length and a quarter. Right Mind is racing sixth by 2 lengths. Sharp Gary seventh. Forego is now eighth on the outside. Enchumao is ninth at this point. American History is 10th. And Appassionato is 11th as they reach the half-mile pole. Honest Pleasure has the lead by a length and 3/4, and that's Dance Spell second by a half. Father Hogan on the inside, third by 1. Life's Hope is fourth. Romeo fifth. Now 4 goes sixth on the outside, and Right Mind is seventh. It's Honest Pleasure maintaining the lead by 2 lengths. Dance Spell is second by a head. On the inside, Father Hogan. Life's Hope is next, and on the far outside, 4 go. Into the stretch. Honest Pleasure has the lead by a length and a half. It's Dance Spell second. Father Hogan on the inside third. 4 go gains ground on the far outside. A furlong to the finish. Honest Pleasure has the lead. On the outside, here comes 4 go. Father Hogan toward the rail. It's Honest Pleasure. 4 go on the outside. 4 go on the outside, and Honest Pleasure. Here's the finish. Too tight to call.
And they're off for the lead. On the outside, it's Jatsky, Quiet Little Table, then Crystal Water down along the inside. Moving with the rushes, Prefontaine alongside Private Thoughts. We have 5 horses vying for the lead as they move down that chute. It's Quiet Little Table on the outside, Private Thoughts, Prefontaine along the inside, Crystal Water between horses. Then it's a gap of 4 lengths back. Jatsky, followed by Wise Phillip, another 4 lengths back, Proud Birdie, and finally Great Contractor. They're moving down the back stretch. The first quarter of a mile went in 23 and 2. Private Thoughts is the leader by a head. Prefontaine is second by a half. Crystal Water is third by a half. Then on the outside, it's Quiet Little Table in fourth by 2. Jatsky moving a bit closer, fifth. Then a gap of 4 lengths. Wise Phillip, followed by Proud Birdie, and still Great Contractor, the trailer. 46 and 1, a quick half mile. They move into the turn. Private Thoughts the leader by a half length. Crystal Water on the outside, second ahead. Then it's still Prefontaine in third by 1, and Quiet Little Table fourth by 1. Jatsky is fifth. Now Great Contractor swings to the outside. Proud Birdie and Wise Phillip also beginning to move up, and they're bunching on the turn. They went 3/4 in a quick 1:10 and 2. Private Thoughts the leader. Crystal Water is second by a half length, and through along the rail, here's Proud Birdie. Proud Birdie is making a strong move as they come to the head of the stretch. Proud Birdie through along the inside has the lead at the quarter pole. Then it's Private Thoughts a close second on the outside, 4 lengths back, and Crystal Water in third. The rest are well bunched. It's a battle up front. Proud Birdie and Private Thoughts, and those two are going at it hammer and tong. They're right together. On the inside, Proud Birdie. On the outside, it's Private Thoughts. Now Proud Birdie has the lead.
And they're off. For the lead, a firm break sharply on the inside, Seattle Slew on the outside. Then it's Darby Creek Road, followed by Nasty and Bold. As they move for the main track, the leader is Seattle Slew by 2. Affirmed is second by 1 length. On the outside, Darby Creek Road, third a half. Nasty and Bold in fourth by 1. Then it's Cox's Ridge, and finally Upper Nile along the inside. An even 24 seconds for the first quarter, relatively slow. It's Slew in front by 2.5. Affirmed in good position, second by 1 length. Nasty and Bold third ahead, with Upper Nile closer in fourth. Darby Creek Road on the outside is fifth, and Cox's Ridge is the trailer. Only 7 lengths separates the first horse and the last into the turn. 47 seconds, a half mile, with Slew still in front. He leads it 2.5, maintaining the same margin. Affirmed is second by 3/4, with Nasty and Bold third by 2.5. Cox's Ridge on the outside moves up a bit. Darby Creek Road, they're all driving, but they've got Seattle Slew to catch as they come to the head of the stretch. 3/4 in 10 and 1, and it's Seattle Slew holding the lead in the center of the racetrack. He's made it 3.5 lengths. Affirmed is taking up the chase on the inside, but it's still Seattle Slew who's holding on. Nearing the finish, Seattle Slew has it by 4. Affirmed, far back, Nasty and Bold.
On the inside, Starred and Asker with text on the outside. General Assembly along the rail, then Coastal and Cox's Ridge.
Down the chute now. General Assembly takes the lead by a head. Star Danaskra on the outside, right there in second by a length. Then Spectacular Bid is third by a neck, and Text in fourth on the far outside. Coastal on the rail is fifth. Cox's Ridge very close in sixth down the back stretch. They are very tightly bunched early in the race. Star Danaskra has the lead by a head. Along the inside, General Assembly, Spectacular Bid on the outside with Text. It is General Assembly taking the lead by a head. Spectacular Bid on the outside, now into second. Between those two, Star Danaskra is third. Text farther out, a closer fourth, and Coastal fifth, and Cox's Ridge. The first quarter, 24 and 2, the half, and 47 and 2. It's not a fast pace, but Spectacular Bid has the lead by a head. General Assembly right there in second on the rail. Text on the outside is third by 3. Star Danaskra drops back in fourth. Coastal on the rail fifth, and Cox's Ridge on the outside is sixth. They race in 2 flights around the far turn. Spectacular Bid has the lead by a neck. Text on the outside is second by a head. General Assembly in third on the rail by 2. Then Star Danaskra, Cox's Ridge gains on the outside. Coastal back into sixth at the top of the stretch. Spectacular Bid has the lead by a length and a half. General Assembly on the rail in second by a length and a half. Text on the outside third. Coastal gains on the rail, then Star Danaskra and Cox's Ridge. Past the 8th pole now, it's Spectacular Bid all by himself in command by 3.5. General Assembly is second by 2, then Coastal and Cox's Ridge. Spectacular Bid in front. And they're off. Hold Your Tricks on the outside. Along the inside, Amber Pass, Glorious Song, and Tanthem on the far outside, Winter's Tale. Down the chute, Hold Your Tricks has the lead by only a neck. Amber Pass on the inside, second by a length. Winter's Tale is third by 3. Tanthem in fourth. On the rail, it's Jacqueline Klugman in fifth. First Albert is sixth. Glorious Song back into seventh. Temperance Hill is eighth at this point down the back stretch. The first quarter, extremely fast. 22 and 3/5 seconds. First Albert on the outside now takes the lead by a neck. Amber Pass on the rail, second by 2. Winter's Tale is third by a length and a half. Jacqueline Klugman on the rail in fourth. Continuing down the back stretch. Hold Your Tricks on the outside has the lead by a head, but Amber Pass is now gaining on the rail, and those two are heads apart. A length and a half back, it's Winter's Tale. On the outside is Tanthem. They now enter the far turn. The half mile, 45, even extremely fast. Amber Pass on the rail now takes the lead by a neck. Hold Your Tricks on the outside, second by a length. Winter's Tale is third by a neck. Then Tanthem in fourth by a length and a half. Jacqueline Klugman is fifth. Along the inside, Temperance Hill, then Glorious Song and First Albert. They're approaching the top of the stretch. Winter's Tale now takes the lead, going clear by a length and a half. Tanthem on the outside, Amber Pass along the inside. Glorious Song gains ground. Temperance Hill moves up on the rail. On the outside is Jacqueline Klugman down the stretch. Winter's Tale has the lead by a length and a half. Jacqueline Klugman on the outside. Along the inside, that's Glorious Song. They are gaining ground on Winter's Tale through the stretch. Winter's Tale has the lead by 3. Glorious Song is now second. Jacqueline Klugman on the outside third, but to the wire. Winter's Tale in front. Fabiano on the inside goes for the lead. On the outside, it's Noble Nashua. Pleasant Colony is right there. Along the inside, Amber Pass. Cordero has Fabiano on the lead by a neck. But on the outside, it's Noble Nashua drawing alongside. And now Hernandez sends Noble Nashua to the front by a length. Fabiano is second by a length. Then Amber Pass in third by a length. Heckazato on the outside is fourth. Pleasant Colony has dropped back into fifth now. Then it's Glorious Song, Temperance Hill, and Pete Moss is eighth. Down the back stretch, the first quarter in 24 and 4. Noble Nashua leads by 2. Amber Pass is second by a full length, and Fabiano is dropping back a bit now in third. Then Glorious Song on the inside, fourth by a neck. Heckazato on the outside is fifth by 3. Temperance Hill in sixth by a half. On the outside, Pleasant Colony has dropped back into seventh. It's 6 back to Pete Moss in eighth. The half in 48 and 1. The pace is not fast. into the far turn. Noble Nashua has the lead by a length and a half. Amber Pass has moved to the outside now, is right there in second by 3. Fabiano in third by a half. Glorious Song gains on the rail. Glorious Song, the mare, has now taken third. Fabiano back into fourth. Hecazado is in fifth. They're approaching the top of the stretch with Temperance Hill and Pleasant Colony together. Those two are moving as a team on the rail inside of Hecazado, and they're moving on the leaders at the top of the stretch. 3/4, 1:11 and 4. The mile in 35 and 4. The pace has quickened. Noble Nashua leads by 2. Amber Pass is second by 3. Then on the rail, Temperance Hill gaining ground. On the outside, it's Fabiano. Between those two is Pleasant Colony. But Noble Nashua leads past the 16th pole by 4 lengths. Amber Pass second. Noble Nashua in front. And they're off. Pair of Deuces on the inside has gone for the lead. Then It's the One on the outside is second. Perot is right there in third. Then Lemhi Gold, Muttering, Silver Buck, Silver Supreme, and Timely Writer at this point is 8th. They are approaching the back stretch. They're still on the turn. Leading the way is Pair of Deuces by about a length. Then Perot is in second. On the outside, It's the One alongside stablemate Lemhi Gold. Farther out is Muttering. Then about 4 back to Silver Buck, Silver Supreme, and Timely Writer remains in 8th. The quarter in 24 flat. The pace is not fast as Pair of Deuces continues to lead the way by almost a length. Perot on the outside is second by a neck. Then Lemhi Gold is third by 3. Muttering is in fourth. Then It's the One is fifth by 4. Then it's Silver Buck, Timely Writer, and Silver Supreme is back into 8th. The half in 47 and 3. The pace has quickened as they approach the far turn. Pair of Deuces, the long shot on the rail, has the lead still by a half. And Lemhi Gold on the outside is moving up gradually, a very close second. Perot, the high weight, is third by about 6. Then It's the One, Silver Buck, Silver Supreme, and Timely Writer. Timely Writer remains in 8th. 3/4, 11 and 3. They are approaching the top of the stretch. Pair of Deuces on the rail. On the outside is Lemhi Gold. Those two heads apart as Lemhi Gold now takes the lead. Pair of Deuces back into second. It's 5 back to Silver Supreme. Silver Buck, It's the One, and Muttering. They're in the stretch now. Lemhi Gold has the lead by about 4 lengths. Pair of Deuces, the long shot, still in second. Then Silver Supreme is third. To the wire, that's Lemhi Gold in front.
The history of the Marlboro Cup continued on September 24th, 1983, with this 11th running. The 1.25 mile event offered a gross purse of $400,000. The field of 9 included Bates Motel, the odds-on favorite, Gato del Sol, the second choice in the wagering, and Slew of Gold.
They're off. On the inside, Bold Style. On the outside, Slew of Gold. Farther out, Deputa Testimony. Farther out again is Hyperborean. Bold Style, Hyperborean. Now the speed horse. Hyperborean gains the lead by more than a length. Bold Style on the rail, second by a half. Slew of Gold is in third by only a head. Deputa Testimony moves up right alongside Slew of Gold. And now those two are overtaking Bold Style and moving up on Hyperborean. They're going to all challenge for the early lead as they reach the back stretch. Hyperborean has it by a half. Slew of Gold is second by a length and a half. Bold Style on the rail is third as Deputa Testimony has now dropped back into fourth, and it's Mayday 80. Bates Motel is far back. Alongside Bates Motel is Sing Sing, then it's Highland Blade, and Gato del Sol is in ninth. The quarter in 24 and 1, the half in 47 and 2. It is an honest pace. Now it's Slew of Gold taking the lead. Cordero has it by about a length. Hyperborean on the rail, second by 3. Then Bold Style and Deputa Testimony. 2 back to Mayday 80. Bates Motel and Sing Sing. Then about 3 to Highland Blade and Gato del Sol. They're on to the far turn. 3/4, 11 and 1. Slew of Gold on the outside leads by a length and a half. Hyperborean on the rail, second by about a length and a half. Then it's Bold Style. On the outside, Bates Motel is now beginning to move. They approach the top of the stretch. Slew of Gold leads by 3.
Now McCarran has moved Bates Motel into second. Deputed Testimony is right alongside in third, then Bold Style. Highland Blade is right there. They're at the top of the stretch. Slew of Gold far from the rail leads by a length. And right behind him is Bates Motel. Bates Motel now gaining a little bit on Slew of Gold on the inside. Here comes Highland Blade. Highland Blade is challenging Slew of Gold and Bates Motel. Bates Motel on the outside. Slew of Gold between. Highland Blade on the rail. Highland Blade on the rail has the lead.
It's a great battle between Slew of Gold and Bates Motel, but Highland Blade comes along inside to nab them both for the biggest win of his career. Highland Blade has suddenly put himself in the running for the best older horse in America. This is Highland Blade's third Grade 1 victory in 1983. The well-bred son of Damascus has now earned nearly $875,000. Of 7, Seattle Slew won the Wood Memorial. Here in 1983, in the Slew's first crop, Slew of Gold was favored in the second division of the Wood Memorial, just like his dad. Sloopy had failed as the favorite in the first division of this year's Wood, unlike his dad.
And they're off. Parfait Mont, Chaz Connerly, right off, puts a neck in front. Northern Ice on the inside is second, Parfait Mont on the outside in third, then Legendary Wealth, Chaz Connerly, High Honors, and a Slew of Gold. The favorite is seventh. They round the clubhouse turn. Right off has the lead now by a length on the outside. Parfait Mont in second by a half. Legendary Wealth on the rail is third by a length and a half. Northern Ice in fourth by a length. Then Chaz Connerly, Slew of Gold, and then it's High Honors back into seventh. The first quarter in 24 flat. They're on to the back stretch. Right off leads the way by a length. Parfait Mont on the outside, second by a half. Legendary Wealth is third by a neck. Northern Ice now moving up. Northern Ice now takes third. Then it's Chaz Connerly, Legendary Wealth, Slew of Gold, and High Honors. They're beginning to bunch down the back stretch. The half in 48 and 1. It is an even pace. Parfait Mont now takes the lead by a neck. Right off, Northern Ice heads apart second and third. High Honors on the outside in fourth. Slew of Gold in fifth. Then Chaz Connerly and Legendary Wealth is back into seventh. They're into the far turn. Parfait Mont on the inside. Northern Ice on the outside. Those two are heads apart for the lead. And now Slew of Gold gains ground on the rail. Slew of Gold moving up on the leading two. And now 3 horses across the track. 3/4 and 12 and 1. They're at the top of the stretch. Slew of Gold on the inside. On the outside is Parfait Mont. They are now heads apart, and they will fight it out to the wire. Right behind them is High Honors in third. Slew of Gold now puts a nose in front. Parfait Mont on the outside, second by 3. High Honors is third. Slew of Gold on the rail has the lead by a neck. Parfait Mont second. High Honors closing. Slew of Gold in front.
Slew of Gold gamely wins over Parfait Mont by a neck. The fast-closing High Honors finishes third. Slew of Gold is a half-brother to Coastal by Seattle Slew out of the Buckpasser mare Alluvial. Slew of Gold is a direct descendant of Bourtai. What a pedigree, what a horse. Well done, Slew crew. Now let's watch Slew of Gold's sire Seattle Slew in the 1977 Wood Memorial.
And they're off. And on the inside, Iron Constitution going for the early lead. Catalan from between horses. Seattle Slew is right there. Fratello Ed on the outside. And Winterlock moves through to the rail. Around the clubhouse turn, Seattle Slew gets the lead. On the outside, Fratello Ed is second by 1. Along the rail, Winterlock third by a head. Catalan is alongside in 4th position. A gap of 2 lengths to Iron Constitution 5th. That's Papalote racing 6th, and Sanhedrin is 7th as they move to the backstretch. Seattle Slew has the lead by a length, and that's Fratello Ed on the outside, second by a half. Winterlock along the rail, third by a length and 3/4. Catalan is racing 4th by 2. Iron Constitution 5th ahead. Papalote is 6th, and far back Sanhedrin. They continue down the backstretch, and it's Seattle Slew in front by a head. Fratello Ed on the outside to challenge. Now they're stride for stride. Fratello Ed on the outside, Seattle Slew along the rail. 1 length farther back, Winterlock racing in 3rd position by 2 1/4 lengths. Catalan is 4th, a length and a half. Iron Constitution is next, Papalote on the outside, and far back Sanhedrin. Around the far turn, Seattle Slew now takes the lead by a length. with Fratello Ed second and Winterlock on the inside third. Iron Constitution fourth along the rail. Catalan is fifth, Papalote is sixth, and Sanhedrin seventh as they turn for home a quarter of a mile to the finish. Seattle Slew has the lead by 2 1/4 lengths. It's Winterlock racing second, Iron Constitution on the rail third. Sanhedrin's gaining ground on the far outside. A furlong to the finish. Seattle Slew has the lead by 5 lengths. That's Sanhedrin on the outside, now second, Papalote and Catalan. Past the 70-yard mark, and it's Seattle Slew in front.
Remembering the great ones. You're at Aqueduct Racetrack, November 7th, 1967, the 28th running of the Vosburg Handicap. The field of 9 is headed by the great 3-year-old Dr. Fager. The good doctor breaks from the number 6 post. He is wearing number 1A. His impost, a mere 128 pounds, made up mostly of jockey Braulio Baeza. In this feature of important races, we will see Bold Reasoning, sire of Seattle Slew, Riva Ridge, Key to the Mint, and Secretariat. But for now, let's go back to Aqueduct 17 years ago and turn our attention to the legendary Dr. Fager and his 4.5 length romp in the Vosburg Handicap.
Down the middle of the track, that's Your Excellency moving up the challenge, Northfield, and between them, Coffee Raider, 4 of them across the track. Along the rail, Bold Reasoning is 5th, Hardy Light 6th, High Binder 7th, a gap of 5 lengths, and Good Behaving is 8th at his point. They continue along the back stretch, and Bold Reasoning gets the lead, with Your Excellency holding on to second position. Northfield's on the outside with Salem alongside. And Coffee Raider is 5th. High Binder 6th. Hardy Light 7th. And Good Behaving is still 8th. Passing the half-mile pole, that's Bold Reasoning in front by a length as Salem moves up the challenge in second position. Northfield 3rd. High Binder 4th. Your Excellency still alongside 5th. A gap of 3 lengths and Good Behaving beginning to move in 6th position. Along the inside, Hardy Light 7th, and Coffee Raider drops back to 8th. Coming into the stretch, that's Bold Reasoning on the inside and Salem on the far outside. High Binder coming to contention. And Good Behaving. They're coming to the 16th pole along the inside. It's Bold Reasoning still in front and High Binder second. And as they go over the finish line, it's Bold Reasoning with it by 2 lengths. That's Taylor Town between horses going for the early lead with Riva Ridge on the rail second. Smiling Jack on the extreme outside going for the early lead now with Key to the Mint fourth. That's Smiling Jack on the outside getting the lead by a neck. Riva Ridge second. Key to the Mint in the 3rd position. Zulu Town on the rail is 4th. Noliase 5th between horses. Prince Fokir 6th on the rail. Ruritania now 7th on the outside. A gap of 3 lengths back to Pretext, followed by Big Spruce, and 5 lengths farther back, Cloudy Dawn is 10th. It's Riva Ridge now in front by half a length. Smiling Jack along the inside, second to neck, as Key to the Mint moves on the outside, now taking over second position. They move on to the back stretch. Riva Ridge has the lead by a neck. Smiling Jack now between horses second, with Key to the Mint on the outside third. A gap of 3 lengths and Zulu Town on the rail is 4th. Ruritania 5th. Noliase between them 6th. Gap of 5 lengths. Prince Fokir is next, followed by Freetex, Big Spruce, and Cloudy Dawn. They continue down the back stretch. Riva Ridge has the lead once again by 1 length. Between horses, Smiling Jack second and neck. Key to the middle, the outside now third. Gap of 3 lengths, No Leaser is fourth. Ruritania on the outside fifth by 1. After that it's Zulu Town, followed by Freetex, Cloudy Dawn, Prince Fokir, and far back, Big Spruce. Around the far turn, it's Riva Ridge in front by a length and a quarter. On the outside, Key to the Mint now second and neck, with Smiling Jack third. Gap of 6 lengths back to Ruritania fourth on the outside, and No Leaser fifth on the rail. Coming to the 3/8 pole, it's Riva Ridge in front by 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Key to the Mint second. Ruritania now moving to the middle of the track third. No Leaser on the rail is fourth. In the middle of the track, that's Cloudy Dawn fifth. Past the quarter pole, and it's Riva Ridge drawing away to lead by 4 lengths. Key to the Mint second. Ruritania now between horses third. Cloudy Dawn is fourth, and No Leaser. At the 8th pole, it's Riva Ridge in front now by 7 lengths. Ruritania is second, and Cloudy Dawn third. It's Riva Ridge in front.
And they're off. Executioner between horses on the outside. That's Key to the Mint into second position. Triple Bend on the inside third. Oak Spring is fourth. West Coast Scout fifth. Between horses, Native Royalty sixth. Autobiography on the rail is seventh. Urgent Message on the outside in 8th position. Between horses, that's Epic Journey 9th, Red Reality on the rail 10th. Freetex 11th on the outside, a gap of 5 lengths, and Loud is 12th. As they go to the backstretch, Key to the Mint has the lead by 3 parts of a length, with Oak Spring on the outside, second by 1. Executioner along the rail is third and neck. Native Royalty now between horses, fourth. On the outside, West Coast Scout is fifth at this point. 1 length farther back, Triple Bend sixth. Freetex on the outside moves up 7th. Urgent Message is between horses 8th. Along the inside, Autobiography 9th. Loud Races 10th, followed by Red Reality, and Epic Journey is 12th. Down the backstretch, Key to the Mint has the lead by 3 parts of a length. Oak Spring between horses second. On the outside, Native Royalty is third, and West Coast Scout is now fourth on the outside. Executioner fifth on the rail with Triple Bend racing sixth. Past the 3/8 pole and coming to the top of the stretch. Key to the Mint has the lead by half a length. Up on the outside, West Coast Scout moves into second position. With Native Royalty third, Oak Spring is fourth. Executioner on the rail. The field turns for home. Key to the Mint in front by a length. On the outside, West Coast Scout up to challenge. Executioner finding room on the inside, and here comes Autobiography with a rush on the outside. Coming to the 16th pole. Key to the Mint in front by 2. Autobiography on the outside second. It's Key to the Mint in front, and under the wire, the winner of the Brooklyn Handicap, 3 years old. It's Key to the Mint by 2. And they're off. That's a no-no between horses. After that, it's Triangular out in the middle of the racetrack. London Company moving up. And Tim Tam is on the rail, past the stands for the first time. A no-no in front ahead. There goes Secretariat, boldly moving through between horses, getting the lead by 3 parts of a length. A no-no drops back second. Tim Tam on the rail is third. West Coast Scout fourth at this point. Triangular is now fifth on the hedge. London Company on the outside, a gap of 3.5 lengths, and Big Spruce seventh as they round the clubhouse turn. Secretariat now leads by 2 1/4 lengths. A no-no is second by 1. That's Tim Tam racing third by a length and 3/4. West Coast Scout fourth by a length and a half. London Company fifth. Triangular on the hedge, and far back, Big Spruce. The field moves on to the backstretch now with Secretariat enjoying a 2.5 length advantage. There goes Tim Tam moving up along the hedge, followed by a no-no on the outside, now third. 3 lengths farther back, it's West Coast Scout, London Company, Triangular, and Big Spruce down the backstretch. Secretariat in front by 3 parts of a length. Tim Tam is now second on the outside. Gap of 3 lengths, a no-no races third by 2. West Coast Scout is fourth. London Company now moving on the outside fifth. Triangular is next. And Big Spruce, they go to the far turn. Secretariat now draws away to lead by 3.5 lengths. Tim dropping back second by 2. Anono is third as they round the far turn. It's Secretariat. Ron Turcotte aboard. In front by 2. Tim now trying to close the gap again. It's 6 lengths farther back to Anono and London Company. As they come to the top of the stretch, Secretariat has the lead by half a length. On the outside, Tim is now second by 7. Triangular moves to the middle of the track to be third. London Company, Anono, West Coast Scout, and Big Spruce, they're in the stretch. It's Secretariat holding on to the lead by 2 lengths. Tim is second, the others far back into the final furlong. Secretariat has the lead by 3. It's Tim second, past the 16th pole. Ron Turcotte aboard Secretariat. Secretariat in front.